I have no special talent. I'm only passionately curious. This was Albert Einstein. But what is curiosity? Curiosity is a quality that, if cultivated, can really be the key to resolve the majority of our suffering and pain. Have you ever had people giving you advice about what to do or what to pursue? Maybe when you needed to go to college, your parents were expecting from you to go to study law or maybe medical school. Have you ever wondered why people give advice all the time? And they are always ready to give instruction or give guidelines to other people. You know, it's something expected from parents, but you wouldn't really expect from other people. But everybody feels entitled to give you advice or give you guidelines and tells you what you should study, what you should do tomorrow with your life, or where you should go, and so on. There is a basic substantial issue with giving advice without really understanding the effect of those advices. And I'm going to explain you what I mean. When somebody gives you an advice about what to study, usually it's the result of their unfulfilled potential or fulfilled dream, something they were able to do during their life. And they project their expectation on other people. You know what happened? That you and your parents are two different people. You and your dad or you and your mom are two completely different people. Your genetic code is unique. You are a miracle on this planet, in this universe. In the universe, there is nothing that is equal to you. And as your genetic code is unique, your value, what you store within you, are unique. You are the only one to safely store them. When we are not fully developed, unfortunately, we are not completely aware of our value. And when other people put pressure on us and they expect something specific, we make decisions based on very weak foundations. That is a recipe for a disaster, because any decision has an effect later on in time, and that effect will show up in terms of a price. There is always a price to pay. Through curiosity, you will be able to stop when everybody tells you something, and you will start that process of exploration, reading about, writing about what that advice was about, and deconstruct your emotional trigger that you had related to that advice, related to that instruction that you got from that friend probably while you were drinking a beer. When you do that, you become more and more aware of what your values are and what eventually your principles are. Your principles are those guidelines that give you a path in life. And you started to become more and more aware about your intention, your passion, your dreams. It's a process. It's never one day thing. The more awareness you gain, more control you have on yourself. And the only thing that you can control in this world are your action and yourself. More control you have on yourself, more power you started to feel. And with more power, you have the courage and you have the ability to say, no, this is not what I needed to do, or what I wanted to do, or what I dreamed to do. But when we are young, unfortunately, we don't have this capability. Or many of us don't have this quality. And unfortunately, it's something that we have to make up later on in life. Curiosity will give you the ability of navigating through those million of advice, guideline, instruction, and the manifest in terms of pressure and expectation, and make you to sustain who you are, your real self, and continue to make decisions based on you, on what really matters. I want to tell you a story. Around 2 years ago, I hit rock bottom. I was in the worst part of my depression. It was a subtle process, so I reached a point after many years of being extremely unhappy, extremely unsatisfied with my life, making decisions that no one really was understanding. That specific day was exactly October of 2 years ago. That was the luckiest thing that could have happened to me. That event changed my mindset in a way that I will share with you. That day, I found myself paralyzed in bed. I couldn't move, and I had electrical shock invading my brain and my body. I had a very intense spike at the beginning, and then a multiple of electrical shock within the following 5 or 10 seconds. I truly thought I was going to die. In that moment, one question appeared in my mind. It was, how did I get here? From that how, there were a million of why that appeared in my mind. And I started to ask myself, why did I spend time with that person? Why did I go for a date with that person? Why did I go out to have a beer with those people that I have nothing in common with? And so on. And I was tormented by all these questions. And after a couple of minutes, I was able to leave my bed. I started a process over there. It wasn't an easy process. The following 2 months of that episode, my brain wasn't working very well. I couldn't think anything clearly. I wasn't able to focus on anything. Curiosity was the key that allowed me to be slowly, day by day, more and more the driver of my life, and understanding all the mistakes that I have made in my previous years, and how the trauma during my childhood, all the trauma during my teenage year, impacted the decision that I made later on. I wasn't free. I wasn't a free person, even though I thought I was a free person. I paid the consequences, and I started to self-analyze myself, and I needed to deconstruct all the emotion and thought that I had. It was a very long process, and in the next 6 months, I completely isolated myself, and the only thing I was doing was reading, writing, meditating, and working out. I spent almost a month to find a healthy routine. I was writing in the morning and night before working, because I was still working. Don't ask me how I was able to work. I was not really productive, but I was still continue to work in the company where I work. I was meditating 6 hours per day. Many times I was meditating at work too. And yes, I did skip many meetings. During those 6 months, I started to have second by second, minutes by minutes, hour by hour, the excitement of learning something new each single moment and apply to my life. And reading that book, I was reading one book after another one, and then I was apply what I learned, and I was writing what I learned, and I was applying to my life, and I was trying to see analogy with my life, and I was deconstructing the emotion that I linked with the notion that I was learning. It was a beautiful process. The curiosity of understanding how I ended up in that status, and the curiosity of giving answer to all those why, it gave me the energy to leave that bed and started to fix my life, one issue at a time. It doesn't matter which problem you have, it doesn't matter which challenge you are going through. If you are a curious person, curiosity is always a tool that you can take from a toolbox and actually use to solve some of the question that you have. I want to share with you the inspiration I got from Voltaire. Was one of the father of the process of the entitlement of human beings. Say that judge a man by his question, not by his answers. Your questions are what matter. The answer you will find with the curiosity, and that curiosity will make you free. There were two aspects that really saved my life that day. One was the curiosity. The second was the commitment that I had towards myself, the love for myself. Without incomparable love for myself, I would have never left that bed. The love for myself and the commitment I had to get better and to learn from my mistake, it gave me the energy to leave that bed, and the curiosity was the drive to get better each single day. I truly hope you got value from my story. In life, be always curious and love yourself more than anything else. Thank you for watching. Hope you have gotten some value from this video. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.